How much of a problem is greenwash, and does it make you mad, or is it something that isn't actually as bad as what people think, and there's just a sense of mistrust that we need to support retail investors, individuals in particular, get over? How much of an issue is it really?
Yeah. Well, it's hard. It's hard to know exactly how much. I think it's a good thing that more and more funds are coming out that have a sustainable remit, and I think that's great. Um, I think that as we, I think ultimately it's up to the advisor to make sure that they understand what's in there. I think it's very difficult to get every individual to familiarize themselves with a new vocabulary and a new uh, whole way of looking at the world. And I think it is possible to find an independent financial advisor who's taken the time to really specialize in this area and knows the main popular funds and who they might be appropriate for. So I would push some of that decision making onto someone who can advise you, because it is, after all, their job to be able to do this. And I think if you're talking to an independent financial advisor who's not well versed in this, vote with your feet and go and find one that does. There are good ones out there. In terms of greenwash, I think, and this is probably more for the advisor, but I think the longer a team have been doing it and the more transparent they are, the more likely they have experience and are delivering something that is genuinely differentiated from a normal investment fund. But I think that transparency is key, because you should be able to see everything that's going on in there. And it is important that there's trust in financial services. I mean, people that work in finance, and I know people get confused about finance and banking, but generally speaking, not the most loved, section of our economy. And I think that any form of misselling is a really bad thing for our industry, and that includes times when a company or a fund is perhaps slightly overstating its sustainability credentials, and it can't back it up uh, by demonstrating what's actually in the fund. So it's not a good thing, and I don't know how much there is of it. I don't spend much time looking at competitors and what's going on in the market. We sort of focus on doing our knitting in our funds. But I think transparency is the way forward, and welcome lots of new funds, but just please make sure that you're not overstating what's really going on inside that bucket.